Howdy folks, I'm Brian,
I'm Amber.
and here's some Reddit. Our first story is titled, Am I a jerk for refusing to take a friend's package with me internationally without opening it and checking it first? No. I will soon be flying to the other side of the world, and my friend asked me to take a package with me to deliver to her friend who lives in the country that I'm flying to. Now, I trust my friend with my life, but I told her that since it's an international flight and taking unneeded risks are unwise, I would appreciate it if I can open the package with her present and look through it just to make sure there's nothing undesirable in there. My friend immediately gets offended, and she even starts yelling at me, telling me how she can't believe that I don't trust her, and that I'm invading her privacy. She told me I'm being selfish and paranoid, and that she won't let me see the inside of the package because it has sensitive content. That ended up freaking me out more, so I told her that I can't do it if I can't make sure it's safe, and that I'm sorry. She started to cry and left the room. She later left me a text saying that I'm selfish and that she doesn't want to talk to me anymore. While I feel bad, I have heard all kinds of stories, and I don't want to be put into the position where I'm responsible for whatever sensitive content is in her package. So Reddit, am I the jerk? Edit 1. A comment here made me want to add some more context. I trust my friend a lot, but I should mention that my friend is known to cultivate weed and store them in spice jars. I could have sworn that I heard noises of glass in the packages, and she has joked before that she could smuggle weed disguised as spice or herb or something, and that they wouldn't know a thing. I do trust her, but I just want peace of mind, you know? I am sad she's offended, but I just wish she could understand my point of view. Edit 2. Wow, I woke up with so much engagement on the post. Thank you all for your replies and assuring me that I'm not the jerk. And thanks for the awards and upvotes. My friend hasn't spoken to me since the incident and has messaged delivered to me via a mutual friend saying that she'll only talk to me if I take this package from her and I can trust in our friendship. However, I heard from my other friend that the person that I'm supposed to deliver the package to has a reputation of involving drugs. And while we didn't get into the details, my friend just said, and not for using them either. I don't want to accuse anyone of anything, rumors fly and innocent until proven guilty, but I'm definitely not taking that package anymore unless I can get a pretty good look at it. Edit 3. I just saw the comment asking me if I know a Jason who stores olives in his fridge. It all comes back down to the olives man. I replied this to them. Sorry for replying late. Funny enough, her boyfriend's name is Jason. Fun fact to enhance the story, he loves a show called Breaking Bad so bad that he legally gave himself the middle name Walter. But sadly, I do not know if they keep olives refrigerated. I just read the story in question about Jason and his refrigerated olives. There may be a connection, but then again, most likely not. I'll try my best to do some digging, but if I'm being honest, I'm kind of freaked out enough by the situation to avoid investigating anything for my own safety. And I'll update the story as long as you guys are interested. Once again, thank you all. Well, that's an odd situation. I mean, OP, I don't think that you're the jerk in this situation for not wanting to take a package that you don't know the contents of. Like, it's your life. And you could go to federal prison if you were found to be smuggling drugs. And I mean, that won't be a fun situation. And they're going to look at you like when you say, oh, I didn't know what was in the package. And they're going to say, it doesn't matter that you don't know what's inside this package. You were still trying to bring drugs abroad. And then they're going to throw you in jail. And then you're not going to see the light of day for a long, long time. So, no, OP. do not take this package unless you know what's inside of it. It just is kind of one of those things. Like in the airport, they're like, if you're ever taking something that you don't know the contents of, please tell the TSA because they need to know these things. Assuming that you're in the United States. If you're not, then I mean, I'm sure there are other laws and whatnot in your country that would dictate that kind of stuff. So this isn't legal advice, but it is for sure. Please don't go to prison because your friend wanted you to smuggle drugs advice. So anyhow, take care and good luck. Not the jerk, major red flag, don't do it. I agree. A woman in South Africa was arrested in the year 1992, I think. A friend of hers gave her a package that had books. Turns out, on the seal of the books, there was illicit substances hidden. She got arrested in Bangkok. She gave birth there while she was pregnant, spent 25 years there because she didn't check what was in the package her friend gave her. Yeah, that's not good. Not good at all. And I mean, yeah, whatever airport you're going to is going to have customs too. So if you get caught there, then you're going to be at the mercy of, international, laws and stuff like that, which probably does not make for a good time. Not the jerk. Customs asks you if you packed everything yourself. You would either have to, 1, admit that you didn't have to, and they'd open it in front of you, or lie, which is a crime, and say that you had, at which point you sweat, twitchy eyes, or guilty voice would give it away, and they'd open it in front of you. Alright, our next letter is titled, Am I the Jerk for Not Letting My Stepmother Meet My Daughter? I'm a 33-year-old female and my husband is 38, and we have a 3-month-old daughter. My stepmother is strictly prohibited from approaching me and my baby, and consequently, my father refuses to see his granddaughter without his wife. For context, my stepmother had a clandestine abortion in her youth and had severe complications, which left her infertile. When she married my father, she immediately came to see me and my siblings as her children, being very pushy and invasive, and wanting to outdo our mother, who was alive and present in our lives. Even when we were kids, the situation made us uncomfortable, and her obsession with motherhood and being our only mother scared us and drove us away completely. My father, wanting her to be happy, started trying to force us to call her mommy. Eventually, our mom got custody and we moved across the country. Over the years and the physical distance, my relationship with them became more tolerable. There were occasional problems, such as the fact that she wanted to be mentioned as a mother in the wedding invitation, or when she tried to adopt my niece after my sister-in-law's death, declaring that my brother was unable to raise his daughter. Before the pandemic, she and my father moved to my state, something common for retirees. She started posting photos of my ultrasound and baby clothes with captions like "looking forward to my baby's arrival," or "at last entering the journey of motherhood." I scolded her and demanded that she delete the post. And then the physical harassment began. As we live in the same condominium, she started to come to my house several times a day to check on me, fight with me about what I ate, and set up a complete nursery in her house, telling me that the baby would need to spend the first few days with someone more experienced to take care of him. When we found out it was a girl, she immediately started saying that she finally had her Christina, and how her dream would finally come true. I immediately denied that this would be my daughter's name and made it clear that she would not be a mother figure to my baby. My stepmother then reminded me that a lot can happen during childbirth, and that it was better that my significant other and I understood that she and my father were prepared for any eventuality, and that I couldn't be cruel and deny her the closest thing that she would have to a daughter, since I didn't accept being her daughter. After that, and the other comments and actions, my husband and I decided to take some action in case she tried something. And now, 3 months after my baby was born, my father refuses to visit his granddaughter, even though we live close together, as I don't allow his wife to play mother and daughter with her. I understand that she has frustrated maternal instincts, but my daughter is not her replacement baby. So Reddit, am I wrong? Update 1, my husband and I hardly slept last night, partly because we've been reading your answer, partly because a 3-month-old baby sleeps as little as possible and breastfeeds as much as possible. Thanks to you, I was able to see that my father will never protect his children, especially if it means putting limits on my stepmother. But the big point, the straw that broke the camel's back, was what happened this morning. As I work from home, and my husband owns his own company, we decided to streamline the moving process. What was our surprise was to find my stepmother in tears at our gate, properly locked, screaming and begging for my forgiveness, and claiming that all she wanted was love, happiness, and that I have no right to deny her anything so small. For me, it was like coming out of shock. After threatening to call the police, my father finally came and took his wife home. Immediately, I called my stepfather, and he and my mother came to pick us up. I was glad that he came, and he's a very intimidating man, as well as being a retired police officer. We've packed a few essentials, and the three of us will be staying at my mom's house for now. She lives in an apartment with plenty of space and 3 levels of security to allow access. We are in contact with an attorney who will refer us to someone who specializes in family status, and we will seek to get a restraining order under our old address. P.S. To someone who asked me in private, my sister-in-law's death was caused, according to a police report, by an alleged mechanical failure in her car. At the time, with the whole situation going on with my brother and niece, I never really went into the matter. And for the other person who asked, my mother's Chilean, but she lived in the United States since she was 20 years old. She is an American citizen legally speaking, whereas my stepfather, father, and stepmother are all North American by birth, and I have dual nationality. All right, OP. No, you're not the jerk in this situation. I don't think you overreacted. I think that your stepmother is, going off the deep end here. You don't know what she's capable of doing, and you don't know if she would kidnap your child. And it seems like she was, ready and raring to be a mother to your son or daughter, right? At the time that you didn't know. And now she, had her heart and her, idea set on this, and she was going to do everything in her power to become a mother to this child. And this is a scary situation because you didn't want your child being kidnapped from you. So, yeah, I really honestly can't blame you for what you've done here. I'm sorry that has put a strain on you and your relationship with your father. And yeah, it's just a really unfortunate situation, and I'm sorry that your stepmother is, kind of acting a little unreasonable here. So hopefully you can get away from her. Hopefully you don't have to see her anymore and deal with her, doing these absurd things. So anyhow, take care and good luck. Not the jerk, trust your parental instincts. You are not obligated to humor her. Your father is capable of making his own decisions. And OP replies, thanks, her attitude makes me very uncomfortable, and my husband is also worried. My dad says she's just very motherly, and that it's only natural for her to want to become close to the children in the family since she has never been able to be a mother. I adore him, but he accuses me of being insensitive and denying my daughter the love of an extra mother. Not the jerk. The best advice is to move away from her since she doesn't care about you, and it's clear from the interactions that she has manipulative ways of trying to undermine your choice. And OP replies, she was always like that. I think she resents the fact that my 2 brothers and I never accepted her as our new and only mother, and that we prefer to live with our own birth mother away from her and my father. She tried to get a surrogate through an agency, but apparently they realized she wasn't very mentally stable. Alright folks, that's all the time we have for today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, consider giving me a like. If you didn't, consider giving me a dislike. Happy Friday, I hope you have a great weekend. And I hope that it all works out really nicely for you. Anyhow, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all on Monday. Bye! And never said bye too.
Yes.